Welcome to another episode of the Brothers Watch. We just watched Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. We are about to play some trivia and rate and review this movie. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Today, we're diving deep into the wizarding world once again, this time tackling one of the most intense, emotional, and downright rebellious chapters in the series, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. From Dumbledore's silence to Dolores Umbridge's tyranny to the rise of Dumbledore's army, this book and film pack more drama than a Quidditch final in overtime. Grab your wands, straighten those robes, and get ready, because we're headed straight into the heart of the resistance. Let's spin the wheel and see who's asking trivia. Remember, we have a 4K movie on the line for the winner.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's still dying.
What do we got?
It's Joe.
Let's go! What does Dudley make fun of Harry for saying in his sleep? You don't have to get it word for word, just what is he making fun of him for? Show him.
Cedric's death.
Yes.
Cedric's death, and then his parents.
Yep.
What?
It's just Cedric's death.
I really wanted him to make fun of him for crying out for Cedric. Question number 2. What is the name of the news outlet Luna is reading upside down when they meet her? It's a very difficult question.
That's insane.
Show him.
Squibbler.
I said the Daily Prophet.
The answer is the Quibbler.
Oh, dude!
You know what, Tony?
I should get half a
You get
point.
half a point.
Tony was so close.
Tony
I don't
gets
think
half
he
a
should
point.
get any points.
I'm taking half a point.
That's wild to take half a point.
Why? You put the Daily Prophet.
Yeah, I was
Crazy.
as
You
right
have
as
to
you were.
pause the movie to read that because they don't say it.
I'm not gonna lie. I wrote that because of I was listening to the book and then I went
Bro,
back.
it's her dad.
I know, but they don't ever say it.
Yeah, it was deep cut. It was deep cut. Where is the visitor's entrance located for the Ministry of Magic? Arthur Weasley goes through it for the first time.
That scene was really funny to me when he's like pointing at Muggle things that he thinks are
Love.
interesting.
A love. Show him.
Telephone booth.
Telephone booth
Oh,
is
I
correct.
put that and then
Next question. What does Sirius gift Harry before seeing him off to Hogwarts? Show him.
OG picture of the Order.
Yes. Yes.
A pick of the OG order.
That's sick. We were the
All right. Next question. What creature can Harry see that only Luna can see?
Spelling counts.
Spelling
No, it does not. That's crazy work.
Then why didn't you get a full point for the Quibbler one?
I'm not the points maker.
Show him.
Thestrals.
Thestrals. Nice job.
You know I love you, Tony.
Love you too.
Why doesn't Fudge want the kids to learn magic?
That's that's a paragraph.
Yeah.
No, you can make this very easy. It's just a sentiment.
What?
I just don't want to have to explain this.
Show him.
He doesn't want them to overturn his power.
Yeah, he doesn't
he
want
doesn't
his
want
job and Dumbledore to create like an army.
He's
Super.
They
Does
say
everybody get a-
They literally say specifically that he's worried about them creating an army. That's all I needed.
Okay.
Who is Sirius Black's cousin? It is shown on his family tree.
More than one.
This person.
I understand. I have a thought about this.
I'm sure you do.
Show it.
Bellatrix.
Bellatrix is correct. What scores are we? What
Bruh.
scores do we have?
Let me tell you something. If there is one person in this universe that
That's honestly a wild take. Next question. According to Hagrid, why was it easy for him to find the giants?
Why was it easy for him to find the giants?
And show him.
they're big.
They're big is correct.
I get that wrong. It said his family.
I thought that one was a funny ask right there. What does Harry say they have that Voldemort doesn't have? It's at the very end of the movie. He states that they have this and Voldemort does not. You got to ask me a question to clarify?
Yeah, I mean he goes on a little bit of a spiel here.
So
And he says you'll never know this.
said
or-
that Dumbledore brought this up to him and he remembered it, and it's very fitting. He said that this is something that we have that Voldemort doesn't have. Something, yeah.
You don't need to say anything
They
more than
got a
that.
Hulk.
Okay.
I mean, dude, you're being really vague. Here.
I don't think I am.
Okay,
Show him.
Something to fight for.
Something
Yeah.
to lose.
It's something to fight for.
Which is like friends.
This is when he's walking out at the end.
Yeah, he
literally says something to
specifically
fight
says
for,
something
yeah.
to fight for.
Yeah, but we. So friends / love. That's not gonna get a point.
I don't know. Should it get a point? Does he say that? Am I missing something? Does he say
You
that
are
before?
you are the point maker. You're the only one. That
Does he say that right before?
Yeah, I think
It's like the sentiment.
I think again, something to love, friendship, something to fight for.
You're talking about when he's being possessed.
Yes, because that's why you weren't being super
I
clear.
understand.
Well, you did say at the end.
I did say at the end of the movie.
It's
They're
like
both
literally
kind of at the end.
45 seconds
I
apart.
understand. Everybody should get a point. Okay, that's
my man looked
fault.
mad that I was even asking that.
No, I think all of us should get a point.
What name does Nymphadora prefer to go by?
I wouldn't say that's a hard
To
one,
be
but
really fair, this isn't in the movie.
They barely say it. They say it.
they do.
in the
They
very-
do say it.
They say it in the very beginning.
She never says that though.
She said, "Don't
Well, she says, "Don't call me that."
But she doesn't say, "Don't call me that. Call me this."
But she's referred to as that.
I
earlier.
understand that. That's
Like,
why I'm saying it's not stated.
The name he wants is said first,
Yeah,
and then
what-
they go
what is her
outside, and then he
name?
calls her
Yeah.
I
that.
know, I got it.
So
I have
it
an
is
answer.
said.
Jeff, hold on. You ready?
She says, "Don't call me," and you.
Nymphadora.
She said,
Yeah,
"Don't
oh,
call
yeah.
me Nymphadora." What is her real
That's
name?
all I know.
Okay, show it.
Tonks.
Tonks is correct.
You hate to see it.
What does owls stand for? OWL. What does it stand for? Show 'em.
Ordinary
wizarding level
Correct.
exams.
Nice
Said
job.
occlumency wizarding evaluation.
That's a deeper cut.
I say occlumency is a pole.
Last question. Who comes to the aid of Harry and Dudley after the Dementors come for them in the very beginning of the movie?
Aid is a crazy one.
I know.
Aid
It's
as in she was a witness.
yeah, she
Yeah.
was barely a witness. Show it.
Mrs. Fig.
Correct. Nice
Oh,
job.
yeah, point because you wrote the wrong.
Yeah, but see, the thing is I'm good with not taking a point there.
Tony wins. Great job.
Hey, listen, I just want to make a really quick statement, all right? I've been reading, watching, and listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks since I was putting cassette tapes in a cassette player. So, like, I got to get a leg up.
Yeah, so it's good
No,
that
it's
you
not fair.
barely won. No, that's right.
I won by 3 points.
Let's rate this movie out of 10. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Jeff, what's your score?
I think it's pretty similar in my enjoyment, like watching it compared to Goblet of Fire, but I thought the ending was awesome. So even though Sirius got axed, I'd give it like a 7.5.
RIP.
7.5?
Yeah.
Tony, let's hear yours.
9.2. It's my favorite movie of the series.
Ben, let's hear yours.
7-9. It's one of my least favorite in the series.
Yeah, that checks out.
75% of the movie's bad, but that's okay.
Oh, dude.
Bad?
Yeah.
As in
ending.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 9.3. I really
yeah,
like.
we
this
on the
movie.
same page.
This movie is so good. Okay, so enjoyability factor to me. After I watched this movie, I thought to myself, "Dang, this is actually one of my favorites," and it probably has the best scene in the entire franchise, or one of the best scenes in the entire franchise in it. I used to think for some reason before we watched Goblet of Fire this time around, I thought Goblet of Fire and Prisoner of Azkaban were the best. Now I'm looking at these movies and I'm thinking this one is maybe two.
What scene are you talking about?
He's talking about when Dumbledore is walking across the hall and he takes off his robe and he's like, "You shouldn't have come here tonight." That's what happened, right?
May God have mercy on your soul.
I think you got. What version did you watch?
It was actually Harry that he was watching.
So I am talking about the scene where he says, "You shouldn't have come here tonight, Tom," and they just duel.
It was foolish of you to come here tonight, Tom.
That scene
that's
is
right.
so sick.
And there's some deep cuts that I learned from Reddit on this scene.
Really?
Yeah. Should I start now or?
Well, okay, now start.
Okay. So it's interesting that Voldemort is putting out killing and death and destruction spells, and Dumbledore is putting out creation spells. So, for example, also earth, wind, fire, and water are all represented from Dumbledore's spells. So, right, the first thing he does the
flaming
fiend fire,
snake.
right? So the fiend fire, and then that's fire, and then he uses water to like manipulate
That's
him.
water.
Right, that's water.
it.
And then he gets distracted, pushing Harry away. Voldemort breaks out of that. Then he does the wind, where he breaks all the glass, and he sends it at Voldemort. I sends it at Dumbledore, and Dumbledore transfigures the glass, or whatever you want to call it, evaporates the glass into dust or earth.
Sand.
So it's all like levels of creation being turned against Voldemort. It's good versus bad, evil versus not evil, whatever you want to call it. It's very deep. It's very deep.
No,
and I think that scene in the 5 minutes before that, the dueling and the battle of the Ministry is sick. The book is better.
God,
but this is I don't really like this book. It's a little drawn out to me.
Really?
I think the book. Well, we're not talking about the book. I think this is the best one.
Did they steal that scene in Infinity War with Iron Man going up against, or Doctor Strange going up against Thanos?
I think it's very similar.
It is very similar.
I don't think they stole it, but I think it's very similar.
It is very similar.
Okay, Ben, what kind of went into it for your rating, Ben? Because you said that it's not your favorite of them. Not even close, I guess.
No, most of the movie I really don't enjoy. I think it's drawn out. There's a lot of things I don't care for. We all don't like Dolores Umbridge, so that negates a lot of the likeness I have of the movie.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
All right. So you're watching a movie.
Yep.
You're getting involved into the world of Harry Potter.
Sure.
Did she not so perfectly embody a piece of human being?
Sure.
So doesn't that make it better, even though she sucks?
No, the acting was great. A lot of that movie just isn't enjoyable for me. I think it's great to see them create an army to start like learning magic, start teaching them how to defend themselves. That part's cool. But if you take out the last 15 minutes of that movie, I think all of you probably hate it.
No.
I gave it a 7.5. I think the ending was the best part about it.
I agree.
With Ben.
I agree. The last 15 minutes, I said earlier, I think are some of the best sequences and scenes in that entire franchise.
And I just don't see the difference in Goblet of Fire to this outside of that scene. If Goblet of Fire's last scene really like connected, I feel like they'd be almost the same.
I was just more engaged in Goblet of Fire than this.
It's a very dense book. And I think this movie does a really good job at setting up the last act of the franchise. Whereas what I mean by that is instead of focusing on things that don't really pertain specifically to the crescendo of the series, this movie, in comparison to what it had to do, what it had to explain from the book's perspective, it did a really good job at explaining and showing Harry's growth. And it really was the first movie where he is understanding, he can't do this alone. Mm-hmm. And he's going to have to rely on a team, and this is going to have to be a effort that they use, they unify against this dark force. Also, it does a really good job. The book does better, but it does a really good job at showing Harry's growth into kind of an adulthood perspective where, yes, he's had a life and he's had a go of it, but now he is embracing it and he is learning how to accept it and fight back. Now, I will argue the counterpoint to that is he is so annoying in this book more so, but I can't unsee the book from the movie when Hermione's like, maybe Voldemort wants to see you this way.
I think that's the first time he said that right.
Hermione?
You've messed it up again.
It also took him like 65% of the movie to get to that understanding that he couldn't do it alone.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Dumbledore could just one line of dialogue, the end of the movie, say the same right when he gets to Hogwarts, bro.
It's even further than that.
It's infuriating.
I truly think we have the worst version of Dumbledore in this, and then the best version of Dumbledore.
Dumbledore, I'm like,
what are we doing, man? Like, just explain it. Just tell me what's going on.
The progression made sense, though. We talked about it in the Goblet of Fire, how Dumbledore is already starting to lose control in there. And then the Order of the Phoenix, he never has control the entire time.
Right, but even if you don't have control and you're trying to understand these things, like, first of all, just have Snape start working with Harry on this more, on protecting his mind.
Well, he didn't.
There's no reason why you're taking this entire time alienating him, and just, it's not like you've, like, kept him under your wing for 4 years. This dude is always running into Voldemort, no matter what you try to do. So you might as well try to prepare him. Miss Weasley's over here. He's just a boy. Look, maybe a nice sentiment. Bro, since he was 11 years old, he's been running into someone, Voldemort or a Voldemort adjacent. And so we're just not going to talk to him at the very least about what's going on. It makes no sense.
But so that's poorly explained in the movie, in my opinion.
Which part?
They counteracts each other. So in one part of the movie, Dumbledore is acting surprised that there's a connection between Voldemort and Harry.
Part?
When they are in his chambers and Harry screams, like, look at me, or whatever, he screams at him. And he has like this look on his face, like he's starting to like form this idea that there's a connection between the two. And then at the end of the movie, he's like, yeah, this whole entire year I've wanted to stay out of your way because then I thought Voldemort wouldn't be tempted by you. And
I think he thought that
I think that moment. Sorry.
No, I just think that it was just like, hey, he didn't realize it was. I knew he thought there was a connection, but didn't think that connection was going to be. Voldemort was going to be able to close that gap that fast.
That's what I think. I think Dumbledore, because he was surprised when Harry yelled. I think he was surprised at the fact that, unbeknownst to Harry at the moment, and maybe this is not lore or canon, but I think in that moment he was being channeled. The Voldemort connection was being channeled, and that's why that anger happened.
Yeah.
And I think Dumbledore was surprised that was happening
Because he tried to stay away from
think it
him
was
and
gonna
thought
happen,
that they
right.
were able to get out of
But
it.
what's so maddening is that when you look at it from the other perspective, when you look at it from Dumbledore's perspective, like what else are you going to do? You can't tell Harry because then the connection, that's the whole problem. If you tell Harry, he knows, then now Voldemort knows. So you want to separate yourself from it. And how else do you do it? I mean, I think
you
it's
have
difficult.
I think you have to have some sort of dialogue, even if you like skirt around exactly why. It is infuriating though watching at every level, whether it's Sirius, the Weasleys.
The book is a whole chapter of Harry wanting to get Sirius safe, and I'm like, bro, just
the other part that makes me think that he didn't know previously is, to your point earlier with occlumency, why if you knew in advance, why wouldn't you start preparing him ahead of time about a potential connection? Why would you wait halfway through the movie and to say, all right, Snape's going to take you now, and he's going to start training you?
no, I
Always
don't
going
disagree
back
with
to the
that.
school incompetency.
Yeah, but it is interesting to me because as I'm watching it, I thought to myself, and this is maybe a really funny point, but I thought when I was a kid, I would watch this movie and think, man, the Ministry of Magic, how could they be so incompetent? How could they suck so bad? As an adult, I watch it and I'm like,
That's the
that
government.
checks out. Completely checks out.
Government involved in school teaching going poorly? Woo-hoo.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's like, bro, every single way that it could go bad, it does go bad. But I do like watching the behind the scenes of the Order. I like watching Harry kind of go on his like journey. Ron almost seems like he's in the background on this. Same with
Draco.
Ron and
He wants me to say Hermione.
dang it, I thought I was gonna get you, but I kind of did. But yeah, no, they were a little bit more in the background in this movie
Well,
because it had to be a little bit more Harry
set
driven.
Harry up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it was
yeah.
good. But yeah, I don't know, man. I really enjoyed the adaptation, even though it is wildly different. Like you get no Quidditch in this at all.
I
There's
think
no Quidditch.
I think that was a good choice.
What?
Think?
I think Quidditch would have, to me personally, when we talked about in Goblet of Fire how the humor is kind of inappropriately placed and not really doesn't land for me. I think this movie, the humor was appropriately placed, like Miss Fig and the that was hilarious.
No.
Who do you think this person should be acquitted?
Also,
That was
like the
hilarious.
could you
Describe them.
Yeah. Not the boys, the
That was
mentors.
really funny.
Yeah, I think this movie, one of my favorite things about this movie was the creative choices. What's the director's name again?
David Yates.
David Yates, because he does the rest of them. I think, and it was clear that he was a fan. He read the books, and I think his creative choices were almost perfect.
Yeah, you had to
As
omit
opposed to the
stuff.
last movie where it was
Right.
too focused on the drama and the teenage angst. This movie, I think, focused on the right things. I think they did a good job at showing the parallel between Sirius and Harry. I think it did a good job at showing Harry's isolation and frustration with the situation. I think it did a good job at showing what is building and what is to come. Because, dude, the first 30 minutes of this movie, it could have been a horror movie. Mm-hmm. It really could have. The running from the Dementors in the beginning, that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
You
And
can say that about Goblet of Fire too, though, with the dude getting murdered at the house by
Yeah,
the
with
snake.
Frank.
but that
I
was
just
the
feel like
first
they're
5
so much
minutes.
more similar than people, I guess, would. I mean, Ron and Harry are getting into it early in the movie.
Yeah, well, Harry was very testy, and I think in the book it's a little more drawn out than it should be. But to be fair, bro, like if let's just imagine us as a group of friends. If one of us was cast off and like all of everyone else was hanging out having a good time, like how would you feel?
Yeah.
A lot of it felt so forced, though. Like specifically with Seamus and Dean. How was your summer? And he's like, "Well, mine was
Yeah.
a lot better than Seamus's was."
Yeah, I agree.
They
That
just
was-
had to. They just had to try to.
I believe you. Like, who gives a if you believe me? Your weird tie.
They're like
Stupid
friends.
mom.
They're,
No, I
they're-
get it.
They're
No, I
supposed
get
to
it.
be friends, and like obviously there's a rub now, and they're trying to explain that rub. And I do think that they had to try to force in a little bit on the timing of it. They had to rush. Oh, hey, like just so you know, not only does the ministry and the public not necessarily believe Harry, maybe the school doesn't believe Harry, but even his own house, who are his boys, like those people still don't believe him necessarily.
And then Luna comes to save the damn day with the deepest quote of the whole movie, where she's talking to him about how, I think that's how Voldemort wants you to feel, like alone.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, preach, woman.
She crushes it.
Yeah, she was great. One other note I had, I feel like the only thing, the gripe I have with this movie is Snape's minimized role.
Again, that's 2 movies in a row.
Right. And I think it really, knowing his character arc and what he has gone through and what he's going through and what he's going to go through, I think his minimized role in this movie really draws down that arc as opposed to the books. Because, like, God, he's such a... Oh, he should be the main character. I love him.
And then you have Umbridge.
Oh, we haven't even talked about
I know, we haven't
Umbridge
even
yet.
talked about Umbridge. Umbridge is truly one of the most, I think, one of the most disliked characters in cinema history.
Her and that heifer from Game of Thrones. What's his name?
Who's Filch?
Game of Thrones.
No, he's talking about Joffrey.
Oh, Joffrey.
Joffrey,
Well,
yeah,
Filch also plays a character in Game of Thrones who
does he?
is the worst. I think almost worse than Joffrey, if not
he was
worse.
pretty bad.
He
I don't
sucks.
know about
Yeah,
as
I
bad
mean,
as
she,
Joffrey.
she killed that.
No.
bad role.
Yeah, she did an amazing job.
It's like every single thing she did was brutal. And she's willing to use unforgivable curses. She's willing to do anything to get her own agenda
What do you
across.
think? Do you remember vividly the last scene really that she's in when Grop's there and she's about to curse them? Mm-hmm. And then she gets picked up. What do you think she's going to say?
No, enough! I will have order.
I really don't know, because the last scene when Dolores is in it, before she gets picked up by Grop, she's about to curse them.
Yeah.
And I don't know what she's about to say, and I'm very curious.
What did you say it sounded like she was starting with?
It looked
Like what
maybe
letter?
like
What letter?
crew, but
So
it
like a
definitely
C?
wasn't ah.
So a C?
Yeah.
Maybe she was.
I mean, she was gonna use
say an
Crucio.
Unforgivable curse word.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, like see you in Toledo. And then yeah. So what were you saying just a second ago? Oh, Ron. Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because
He's
like
the keeper.
Yeah, I went back and I was speed reading or speed listening
Wait,
to.
wait. Is that this book?
Dude, yeah. So last night, after I had watched this movie, I went back and I sped up the audiobook and I was just trying to catch up because I thought...
And you're positive it was order.
I thought to myself, I thought Ron started playing Quidditch in this book, and he does. He starts playing Quidditch in this book. He gets
Are
a
you
tryout.
positive?
I'm positive. I'm telling you,
Maybe that's just when he starts getting good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
He like falls off his broom and he
Right.
kicks the thing into the other goal on accident, and everybody thought it was awesome, but then he gets super nervous. Anyway, so I was just
Draco is talking mad crap.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when Harry punches him.
Dude.
And they get in a fight, and that's why they all get suspended from Quidditch. They get pulled from the team, and that's like a whole plot line of Harry and his angst towards Umbridge.
We're talking about the books.
We're talking
yeah,
about
in the books. Yeah, I just was shocked because like when obviously Ron starts playing Quidditch in Half-Blood Prince, and I was so confused thinking back to the book. But yeah, that's when he starts in this one.
And that's when Harry and Ginny start. My bad. That's when they start getting together.
Which, by the way, I do like in the movie they showed there's these little snippets of Ginny being super strong because obviously in the book she's like
Bro, her reducto
insane.
is ridiculous.
I know, she crushes it, and then they like all you do is you get these little side faces of her like when Harry's talking to Cho,
Right.
and like she's
Hermione
obviously
says that.
Yeah.
That's the point. But like, yeah, no, it's just constant. It's constant. And Ginny's just doing very strong things in the background, but like they don't really focus on it too much. And I understand they kind of had to like dumb certain things down, but they should have done Ginny more justice in these movies.
For sure.
For sure. That's like
She
the
never
number
gets
one.
she never gets her flowers.
No.
But I think that's honestly no offense to her, but I think that's because her acting chops are just not there.
You would never know. You have no clue.
I think that's why though. Yeah. I think they probably and I will say for acting perspective, I think Daniel Radcliffe, this is his best movie. I think his one-on-one with Sirius in the that room with his family tree. I think his performance there where he's voicing his concerns about turning dark and being bad is epic. I think his monologue to the start of the DA is epically good. I think he kills this role.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Gary Oldman, Gary Oldman, he improv'd the get away from my godson, and with
In
the
the-
punch,
yeah, so
he asked to do that.
they asked, yeah.
he asked to do it, not improv. He asked to do it, and it's not
in the
books.
moment, though.
Yeah, yeah.
In the moment, it's on the books.
And they tried it, and it just stuck.
Some of the best lines in this movie, when Umbridge gets pulled away and she's like, "Tell them I mean them no harm," and he's like, "I can't tell a lie."
Yeah.
Tell them I mean no harm!
I'm sorry, Professor. I must not tell lies.
Improv, not improv, but not in the books.
Great.
Yeah,
That is a
Phenomenal.
great line.
Same with another great line, Neville, when he's like, when Bellatrix is like, "How's mom and dad?" Anyway, when she's like, "How's mom and dad?" and he's like, "A lot better now that they're about to be avenged." Sick. Not in the book. And then also, not to get too deep into the lore of Harry Potter, but obviously we know that Neville and Harry were in a toss-up as the chosen one, basically. And Voldemort chose Harry. That's why Harry's the chosen one and not Neville.
Yeah.
And Neville finding Harry's prophecy instead of Ron in the book finding it. Epic twist.
I like
or
that too.
change.
No, I like that too. Jeff, this movie ranks a little higher for Goblet of Fire for you. I can't remember your Goblet of Fire, and it's mainly because of the finale, right?
Yeah, I feel like they're pretty similar movies. I like the introduction of Umbridge. I think she did a great job at making a character so dislikable. But I personally, I know Goblet of Fire is not a perfect movie or well executed really at all, but I just like the Triwizard Tournament.
Me too, yeah.
I think the last battle in this movie gives it the edge out of the two.
For sure.
But, I mean, they're all good. I love them all, so.
Yeah.
They definitely nerf the Ministry in general because there's like a whole bunch of rooms they don't go into. But unlike when Goblet of Fire, they nerfed the Triwizard Tournament finale, this nerfing of the Ministry battle, they kept the important parts and the good parts, I feel like. I thought it was great.
I think that as far as Harry Potter cinema goes, this is elite.
Yeah.
It is elite.
Also,
It is a shame that I'm the only person who's been on the Battle at the Ministry ride because it looks exactly like the scene.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through
The inside of the ride looks just like the building.
yeah.
I want to go through the chimney, bro. I want to go through the green.
The flu powder?
Yeah, I want to go through it.
Also,
Did it feel good?
No.
I bet it doesn't. Also, book to movie differential here. Bellatrix, she doesn't kill Sirius in the book. She doesn't Avada Kedavra. She just stuns him. And he falls into that arch that's like the Death Arch or whatever it is, which really is never explained nor in the books or in the movies what that exactly is.
Yeah.
But he dies because he falls through it. She doesn't kill him.
Right.
She pushes him into his death.
Now, I have something that they keep referring to. Harry keeps telling everybody that Voldemort killed Cedric. He did not. He did not kill him.
Kill the spam!
It's Peter Pettigrew. He killed him. That's
Well,
so lame.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like, I feel like that's kind of
I mean,
semantics.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
It's
But you're talking about
he
her
dictates
not
it to kill
stunning
him.
falling into that,
He-
and then
he's like,
dying.
kill him.
That's semantics.
So
when she's in her jail cell and she I think we probably cut that.
No, you said it. It's got to stay in.
I just think it's fun. I like her. I like her character a lot. I think she's a terrible person and a great bad guy.
Trivia question: when was she born?
I have no idea.
Nobody's got it. It was on the wall.
when was she born?
1951.
What number decree is for Dolores Umbridge taking over?
119.
Jeff is correct. What is the first? What is the first decree number they show on the wall?
13,
No,
27,
no.
14, 11,
Jordan
8,
Neer, 23.
23. That's what I said. I have a couple of behind the scenes things.
Okay.
Helena Longbottom, whatever her name is. Long Carter, what's her name? The actress that plays Bellatrix.
Carter? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know her name.
She accidentally punctured Neville Longbottom's eardrum when she was holding him at wand point, if you will. She got a little overeager and punctured his eardrum. Number one. Whoa. Number two, common misconception, and that in one of the most moving scenes that I think is when Sirius dies and the score rises and everything's muted and Harry's screaming. That they muted Harry's scream because it was so carnal and visceral and moving. It's not why they did it. They just did it because that was the plan all along. But that was epically done. Also, there's a little behind the scenes. You ready for this? So, Gilderoy Lockhart's character, human being character, his real life human self, was married to Sybil Trelawney occlumency. What's her name? What's she do? Divination teacher.
Divination.
They're married in real life until Gilderoy had an affair with Bellatrix. This is human people, not character people, and this is all before the filming of Harry Potter. And thankfully, none of them have a scene together. But fun fact, yeah. And also fun fact, I didn't know this until I read it either or YouTube told me. So Grimmauld Place, right?
Yep.
Grim Old Place. It's like a play on words on purpose. Grimmauld Place.
Grimmauld Place?
Grim Old Place.
Right.
Yeah. You don't get it?
I just think it's spelled Grimwald Place, right?
Yeah.
Grim
it's
Old
not-
Place. But what I'm saying is it's supposed to sound like Grim Old Place. Because that's what it is.
It's a grim old place.
Correct.
Got it. All right.
You're such a piece of yeah, I don't make the rules. Oh, one last little bit. The Ministry set, when they're when Harry's showing up for his hearing, and they show like that sick. And it's practical. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
When he's like walking in and there's a big banner of fudge and
Oh,
there's all
yeah,
the
yeah,
windows
yeah.
and the fountain. Sick.
That's real?
Yeah. They really made it's like one of the biggest sets they ever did for Harry Potter.
Ben's been there at Epic Universe.
That's literally what it is.
We're just jealous.
Yeah. Well, I ain't got
Listen,
like that.
Dang.
See the way my
Your birthday.
bank account is set up.
Your birthday. Jeff and I are going.
Yeah, we'll be
tax,
there.
different tax brackets.
All right, well, hey, that does it for another episode of The Brothers Watch. Thanks for watching. Drop down in the comment section below what your rating for this movie is. Join our Discord if you want to chat about more movies and send us some trivia. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.